All right, you guys, it is finally here. I think we are going to call this the final video in the series of restoring this old 1960 something COOT. Anyway, I think it turned out pretty good. All the issues I had with that motor just drove me nuts. So anyway, here she is. Let's kind of recap what we had and got going on, and this thing runs really good. I pretty excited with it. So we had holes in the floor, and we took and replaced all the floor in there. Just completely went through and redid everything. Did the paint job, did the seats. We ended up going with we had a 20 horsepower Vanguard in there. There's still some fine little things I'm going to go back through and do. One is here. I got the fuel system set up in there with the shut-off valve right here for fuel on and off. And I got to tie my battery down, and I got the chain guard I still have to put on. It's done. I just got to get it painted. It's too cold right now to paint. Here in Utah, we've got our first good snow that will probably stick around, and I don't know what that is. We had almost 20 inches, but it's all packed down. But we're probably looking at 10 inches or so there. We got the COOT flexed out a little bit. I want to say thanks to a few people for their comments, especially a shout out to COOT Tom, who helped me through a lot of this project and made things a little possible to figure out on this old thing. I know there's not a lot to these, but man, when you get into it, some of that stuff's tricky. So the up and coming videos will be just cruising this thing around, and maybe I'll go down and set you up and we'll get some of this thing driving around. Oh, I've got my on the motor, and I don't know why it was working perfectly, but my starter down there is froze up. So I can tap on it and get it done, undo a little bit, but I might have to replace that starter, but that's not a big deal. That's something I can figure out. And brakes. I think one guy in there ended up moving the brakes back just a little bit and putting the brake caliper over here. Right now there's just not a whole lot of room for brakes in there. So this thing's so low geared anyway, you just let off the gas, it'll stop. So for now, what we do is we put our fuel on, turn our key switch on. Oh, it's on. That keeps the fuel from shutting off. Yeah, cheapo. Throttle up right here. We got throttle here and here. Let me show you what we did there. Alright, so for throttle and exhaust and everything, let me show you what I did here. Is this is the cable. This is the cable right here that actually ran to the stock brake, and I'm gonna get rid of the spring down there, but that comes up to the stock little pulley thing that went to the brakes on that side. This was mounted over there, I believe, in this location. Moved it over here, and it hooks onto that thing absolutely perfectly. So I'm pretty happy with that. There's not a lot of room to mount much else in there. So foot throttle, that pulls on here. Let me run the, you can hear that operating it back there. So we've got throttle and exhaust. I still have to finish it off. I'm going to weld some little deals on here and here with some springs like they would like on a snowmobile to hold the pipe onto the here, and that'll be slip fit. So if I ever need to pull the engine out, I can get it out. And then I've got to shorten this tube up into here and pipe tap it, and we'll angle this down a little bit, but that's just stubbed in there for now. So let's fire this up and go for a little ride.
Going? Okay.
It's at one.
Hey, watch it. Move your fingers so your fingers not in the way.
It's not.
Okay.
This is my dad going on the COOT, gonna do crazy driving. And it's gonna be a good time. He's going up the mountain right now, but he failed. And he's still in it.
Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this series of putting this old coop back together. It was sure fun. Took a lot of time, I know. Thanks for bearing with me on all that, but I think in the end it came together pretty well. Want to say thanks again to a few people that has helped me through this build, and we'll put this one in the books. But definitely we'll put some more videos out there of it, out cruising around for sure, and we'll start on another project here. But definitely if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, comment. I like you guys' comments. I appreciate those coming. Due to some of those comments, I was able to put this thing together, so thank you. And hope you guys have a good holiday season. Okay, bye.